welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm Mary Trimble with your readings for August the 13th through August the 13th through August the 19th. Now, this is for your sun, moon, and rising, guys, and these are general readings. So if you would like a personal reading, you can click right here on this link up here, and that will give you some information on how to get a personal reading with me. Listen, guys, I'm so excited. I am up to over 4K in subscribers. That's huge for me. I am so grateful and I'm so ecstatic. When I upload videos, it kind of goes down a bit and then goes back up. So it might be a little below when you check it out, but it will raise higher. So I'm really excited, and thank you, really thank you for subscribing. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy that you stopped by, and I really hope that you'll come back, and I hope you enjoy your readings here. I start off with an astrological report for the week, and then I go into the readings for your horoscope. And as I said before, it's for your sun, moon, and rising. All the links will be below in the show more section. You'll also get other links down there you can check out. Check me out on Patreon. There's a link right here or below in the show more section, and that's another way to support me. And check me out on Instant Go. That's down below also. What else? I think that's it. If you are returning, thank you. I really appreciate you, because you keep coming back and you give me that inspiration to keep going with this. Now, the astrological report for the week. The big news is that Mars, and tonight, I'm actually recording this on Sunday, Mars is moving, it's still moving retrograde, and it's going back into the sign of Capricorn. Now, Mars loves Capricorn, right? Because it can get things done. However, it is retrograde, so we may kind of experience some clashes business-wise, because Capricorn kind of rules business and career and ambition, and Mars is get up and go and take action, right? So we might kind of have some, this is really a good time for you to look at all the blockages that you put in. Why do you procrastinate? What makes you procrastinate? Is it fear? Is it what is it for you? It's good to look at that so that you can remove those blocks and get ready for when it goes direct to spring into action. This is a really good time to plan, right? To get your ducks in a row, to think about what is your next move. How are you going to make that move? So if you know that, when you know that Mercury is in retrograde and you've got this, and you've got it, and it's in Capricorn, which is very ambitious and business oriented, you can really plan your future business-wise and spring into action once it goes direct at the end of the month. Now, also, Mercury is retrograde too, and that is really slowing down and getting ready to go direct on Saturday the 18th. Another good time to, get your ducks in a row. Maybe get an oil change for your car. If you have to get to work, leave a little extra early, because you could run into some delays on the subways or trains or things like that. So it's very good to kind of leave a little extra early, especially if you have an important meeting. Definitely plan ahead and leave a bit early. Better to be early than late, isn't it? And you can always hang out and get a cup of tea and relax before you go into your meeting or before you go into work. So that's, when Mercury goes direct, there's always a little time, maybe a week or so, 5 to 7 days, of where the effects of Mercury direct is still happening. So it's very important to remember that, to allow for that. So if you've noticed that people are a little passive aggressive, or you've got that, silent freeze from some people, that will all change and abate once these planets go direct. Also, a good thing to be aware of is, or to be conscious of, is, you know, Mercury is all about electronic messages, right? Communication. So be aware, make sure that you are sending your message to the correct person when replying, right? Or responding. So be very aware. I mean, I think we've all done that. I've responded or replied to somebody in error. So without further ado, let's go to your reading, shall we? Hello, Cancer, and welcome to your reading for what should have been the 13th of August through the 19th. This is now the 15th. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong. Mercury in retrograde, lots of software stopped working, blah, blah, blah. I am here. Thank you for your patience. Better late than never. Now, let's go to your cards without further ado, shall we, Cancer? And I am going to pull an extra card for you because you missed it last month because of the I was out of town. Now, the first card up for you, darling, is the Queen of Pentacles. And look at that opulence. Look at that beautiful... I almost said ostrich. Look at that beautiful peacock. Look, he's huge and majestic, and look, the Queen of Pentacles is about, she loves luxury. She's about opulence. She's about luxury. But she knows, and she's very aware that one has to work hard. And she has no area in working hard. This is about, you know, the Pentacles, it's about having determination. It's about keep going. You know, things are paying off. You've probably already started to see the fruits of your labor. Now, we have two cards clarifying this card. One is the Seven of Pentacles. So this is about looking kind of, it's about looking at what has worked and what hasn't worked. This is about really taking the time to I want to say weigh the pros and cons, but it's almost like balancing the books, right? So all the hard work that you've done, has it warranted the labor that you put into it? So it's very important. If you're working really hard at something and it's not paying off, it's time to let it go. It's not, don't keep beating a dead horse, so to speak. That's a terrible saying. That's awful. Let me take that back. It's terrible. What a horrible thing to say. Don't keep barking up the wrong tree. Oh my God, I'm coming out with some terrible things. Anyway, what can I do with myself? So this is really about balancing the books. It really is. It's about looking at what has worked and what hasn't worked. And it's not about admonishing yourself or criticizing yourself what hasn't worked. It's about saying, oh, okay, that hasn't worked, so let me try this. It's what successful people do all the time. They don't see anything as a mistake. They see it as a learning curve, a lesson, if you will. Something that will eliminate that possibility so you can try something else, right? And look, you've got the Tower clarifying it. So it's telling me that something has to go. So this is a time, and look, with Mercury in retrograde and Mars in retrograde, this really is a time to start looking at what's working and what isn't. Start putting everything in, start making a plan of action. You know, start planning for every contingency. This is a wonderful time to do that, Cancer. So do that this week. You know, don't get up in your head about beating yourself up, or, you know, really sit down and go over the books and think about how much effort you put into something, and are you getting anything back from it. Now, the next card is the High Priestess, and the High Priestess is, you know, she's the lady of the lake, darling. She has all of these magical powers and magical spells, and she can create anything. She has all this incredible knowledge, and she doesn't give anything away easily, but she's coming in to say, you know, I'm going to make this information available to you. In order to do that, in order to get this information, you really need to kind of meditate. You know, you need to really meditate and bring her into your meditation. Bring the High Priestess in. See what she has for you. Look, this is amazing because you're clarifying it. You've got the High Priestess again, clarifying it from a different deck. And you have the Three of Pentacles, which is, to me, it's expansion. This is growth. It's almost like Jupiter, right? It's expanding and it's manifesting, right? Because the manifestation of this is, look, you've got the Three of Pentacles. There's definitely teamwork here. It's about working with people to get what you desire. Of course, it could mean a baby, but I'm getting that this is major knowledge that you can put into practical use and really manifest some abundance for yourself. That's what I'm getting with this. Now, I feel that this is all about practicality so far. So you've really got to be practical and see what's working and what isn't working. And really it's about quietening the mind so that you can make these practical decisions to go forward and create the life that you desire, which is, you have the Page of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles is, look, it's saying you're ready to move on to the next phase of your life. And look, it's so funny because you've got the Queen and the Page. And look, you've got the Peacock in both. The Peacock's very large in the Queen and it's smaller, but it's there. I'm getting that you really need to kind of get some experience here. So this is about tenacity. This is about determination. It's about moving forward. And the Page is where you start to see, it's where you're going to move on to a different phase in your life and get the experience that you are lacking. Now, I'm not saying that you're completely inexperienced. You have the experience. You've got all the knowledge. You have all the groundwork. You've been a student, right? You've been the apprentice. You've been the student. Now it's time to go on to the next phase, a higher phase. So sometimes this is about getting a raise. This is about getting a promotion. This is about moving higher in your area of study, perhaps, or your career. You are definitely ready to move on to the next phase in your life, for sure. And look, clarifying it is the Queen of Wands. This is like, the Queen of Wands is very connected. This is about, I feel that this is about networking for you guys. This is about going out to social mixers. This is about connecting with people who can help you on your journey and so it really is about making those connections. It's about getting out there. It's about putting yourself out there, because sometimes, Cancer, I know you find it hard to put yourself out there, right? I see you're on the cusp of change is what I see, but it's a change that you're bringing about. It's not something that's happening to you. It's something that you're going to be empowered to do. I don't see, it's not like the Tower. It's something that's taken away. In this instant, it's something that you are going to remove from your life and change. So I see that you are very empowered for this week and you're feeling empowered. I would say meditate, for the information coming from the High Priestess is really going to be helpful to you. Now, your extra card that I chose is the Spirit Messages by John Holland. Let's see what the Spirit... Oh, it came running out. Forgiveness. Holding on to resentment and anger is preventing or even suffocating your spiritual growth. Resentment is one of the strongest and most damaging of human emotions. The act of forgiveness in its own right is equally incredibly powerful, and it has the capacity to heal and transform. There you go. So look, this could be about forgiveness, right? The Tower can be about forgiveness. It's about letting go. This can be letting go of things that you've done for your career. It can be letting go of resentments and anger, because that can block you and hold you back. So think of forgiveness all week. And every time you start to be resentful or angry over something or someone, be aware of it and try to get yourself out of it. It's not worth it. It's hurting you more than it's hurting the other person. So it's important to take care of yourself at this time. Cancer, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your patience. I really appreciate you. Please don't forget to like this video, share it on your social media, comment and subscribe if you haven't already. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you next week. If you would like a personal reading with Mary, please go to www.liveinthesolution.com.